Love, praise, and gratitude, glory and grace. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome, welcome to the Awakening Consciousness with Dr. Danae, your neurospicy metaphysician and creator of Your Cells Are Listening. All right, guys, let's dive right in. Woo! September has closed out. Did it go out with a bang? Yesterday was very interesting energetic wise. And I know I owe you guys some readings. They were recorded over the past few days, having some very interesting audio and tech issues with the different videos. So they'll get out when they're meant to get out, right? Anyways, we've closed out September, which was buck wild in all senses. Now we're opening October. October 1st is the first master number 11 day that we've had since January. That's pretty significant to only have a couple in 1 year. And we're going to see and feel the change in that energy. So October is not going to disappoint. Yes, it's going to be another adventure, another wild ride, but it's going to be different in the intensity than it was in September. September pushed us to really go within, look at the triggers, and apply them to ourselves. Why am I being triggered? Why do I feel this way? Whatever. All of it was designed to help us get back to that point of authenticity, our true voice, our true nature. And that place of authenticity truly is where the pot of gold is. Your voice is encoded with frequency and vibration, just like your aura, everything about you. Everything is frequency and vibration. But when we play small or we wear the mask, we perform. What do I mean by that? People pleasing. Not speaking out what we really want. Not letting our yeses be yeses, our noes be noes. We would accept projected energy from others and take it on as ourselves. September was that month to shed all of that. Hopefully you're waking up on the 1st of October with a whole new attitude, a whole new vibration of, you know what? Playing small, playing that role, wearing that mask I've always worn, it doesn't fit anymore. It is so uncomfortable. It's like, suffocating yourself. That you just don't even want to do it anymore. Yeah, you don't know what's in front of you. You're uncomfortable. You're outside of your norm. Guess what? That's where the magic happens. It doesn't happen in your comfort zone. When we stay in our comfort zone, it's like stagnant water. Water likes to be in flow. Energy likes to be in flow. Comfort zone is stagnacity. It's just a pool of water just sitting there getting gross and more toxic. All right. So we're starting out today with commitment, impeccability, and gratitude. That's the overall energy of the day. I'll break that down. But then, what's the story in our life? With commitment, we have Knight of Pentacles. Impeccability, 6 of Wands. Gratitude, 5 of Swords. To me, makes complete sense. So let's break it down. This commitment really is about committing to yourself, committing to your authenticity. Everything that you desire, the life you want to live, the person or the type of relationship you want to be in, the amount of money you want to have, the lifestyle, all of that. That is on tap for you. Why don't you have it yet? because you're not in vibrational alignment with it. How do you get in vibrational alignment? You make that commitment to you. And when we make commitments to ourselves, it's not easy, because if we're saying yes to us, then we're saying no to other things. And yeah, that might upset some people. But again, one of the things we're closing the door to, and what September showed us, was where we weren't choosing us, where subconsciously we were still choosing others. Well, what are they going to do? What are they going to think? Blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Who cares? They're on their own journey. They're a hot freaking mess in themselves, whether you know that or not. Nobody is escaping this energy. And things, like I said, things are going to get a little more wild on a global scale. And within us, the key to rising above the turbulence, flying above it, you know, surfing out these waves, is choosing yourself. It is that self-commitment. And yeah, many of us have been very slow to get here. Again, this channel, my area of the internet, we are a judgment-free zone. And I've been calling out that you may feel like you're a judgment-free person, and you probably are towards others. But what about yourself? Where are you still judging yourself? The last 2 weeks of September highlighted that. And it highlighted it in your own inner dialogue. Things are going sideways. You don't like how it's feeling. What's that inner dialogue? Were you beating up on yourself? Were you telling yourself old stories where you can't do it, you're not smart enough, you're not good enough, whatever? That's what I'm talking about being slow to choose ourselves. It's been a process. But the good energy, or the thing about the Knight of Pentacles is, yeah, slow and steady, but that's the thing. He's very steady. He's committed to whatever, you know, his plans are. He doesn't give up. He's not, you know, gonna win a race of speed by any means, but he's stable. He's strategic. He's committed even in the turbulent times. He's able to see the big picture. And if we think of September as like our Knight of Pentacles era, a knight isn't a king. A knight isn't a page. A knight is in between the page and the king. He's on a mission. He's on a journey. He does take a long time. He takes the slower route. But he's also very methodical, because he knows that the real prize isn't the destination. It's not becoming a king. The real prize is every day, the journey to the destination, and all the golden nuggets and treasures one can pick up during that. If you look at this card, I don't know if you could see, oh, there we go. There's a gold coin on this wheel. So don't discount if this is taking you longer than you wanted it to. There's purpose in that. Impeccability with Six of Wands. Authenticity calls for integrity and impeccability. Being impeccable with your words, your actions, your energy, your thoughts, and your emotions. September was like, hey, here's the final test. Are you going to choose yourself, or are you going to shrink and say, no, not this time around? Guys, this energy that we're under is very unique, and it's very special. I encourage you, I double dog dare you, choose yourself in this time. Ask yourself that question. Have you had enough of the merry-go-round, of the old pattern? It had to come back up. You had to get back on that ride so you could see how it feels. For those of you, whether it's money seems to be lacking, relationships lacking, your body's breaking down. Doesn't matter the situation. At the root or the core of all of it, it's energy and vibration. For those of you dealing with health stuff, I'm not a medical doctor. I do not give medical advice. You go see your medical doctors for that. I am a metaphysician. I deal with energy and vibration and this body, our biological workstation, from a metaphysical standpoint, not a Western medical standpoint. Throwing that disclaimer out. So, by all means, see your doctor, do the things that you need to do. Metaphysically, what you can also do, along with all of that, is speak to your body. Your body can heal itself. It is designed to do that. No, you weren't taught that. Why? Because that didn't fit the Matrix narrative. So those of you dealing with things, especially if the root of it is like an autoimmune disease. Autoimmune diseases arise out of stuck emotions or limiting thought forms or beliefs that are stuck on your cellular level. They have to play out at some time. Why? Because they were encoded into your cells as truth for you. How can that happen? Well, it can happen as innocently as, let's say, you witness somebody dealing with something of, medical issue. You ended up having strong emotions or thoughts about that or what they're going through or what you witnessed. You may have never outwardly spoken it. Doesn't matter. If you had an emotional charge with that thought, that got written on your cells. And if you were younger when you started witnessing this, sure, there's going to be fear, doubt, concern, like all kinds of energy that got coded. But the thing is, whatever it was you saw or experienced energetically or picked up, it was encoded as a belief. And if you watch this, even if you said, I don't want to go through that, but you had strong emotions regarding it, that's written on your cells. If you're now experiencing those same symptoms or something similar, like I said, do what your doctor says, but your body listens to you. You are the only authority of your body, meaning it doesn't listen to anybody outside of you unless that's what you encode and say, well, this is what this person said, so now I believe it. Well, now it's become your belief. You absolutely can talk to the cells of your body and purge, get rid of, overwrite those limiting beliefs. No, I'm not just talking from my education. I'm talking from real life experience. For those of you who may not know, for about 15 years, I dealt with Lyme disease, rheumatoid arthritis, fibromyalgia, lupus, and then the last, when I really went doubled down on talking to my cells, was when I went to my specialist, and they had said, look, I think we need to start testing you for MS. At that moment, I said, no more drugs, no more medications, no more diagnosis, no. Was that easy? Hell no. I went through a lot, but I don't regret any of it because the lessons, the education, and the miracles that happened had to happen. I wouldn't be here now talking to you. I wouldn't be here now helping thousands of people heal their bodies. So there was a purpose to it. There's a purpose to what you're going through. But for those of you listening that are dealing with the physical stuff, choose you. Double down on you. I mean, again, you've got nothing to lose. This was my my thoughts on it. I had nothing to lose but the disease or the issues. Hey, buddy. So I said, you know what? The doctors basically told me the best I could do is manage my symptoms. I wouldn't get better, blah, blah, blah. That didn't feel right to my body. So I stood up and said, no, that's not my truth. I will be healed. I'll be back and I'll show you I'll be healed. Yeah, I was laughed at. Yeah, I was referred to psychologists. Oh yeah, all of that. I was called crazy by those closest to me. Funny thing is, when my body healed itself, none of those people, I'm talking about those closest to me and things like that, at that time, were like, oh my God, that's great. What did you do? You know, so excited for you. No, they wanted to pick it apart as if it wasn't true or as if I faked it, things like that. It was really odd. And again, I'm only sharing this because I feel like somebody listening is going through the same thing. And at the height of my dis-ease, I remember waking up one day and it would take me quite a while to get out of bed and walk to the restroom. My body didn't want to cooperate. But I remember doing that and just saying, no, I'm going to prove this to myself. If other people can do this, I can absolutely do this. Now, back then, I didn't know other people were doing it. Once I started doing it, that's when I learned about Louise Hay. She did the same thing. So again, this isn't new knowledge. It really is ancient wisdom. It's universal laws. It's metaphysics on how we are really designed. So all that to say, be impeccable with your choices. Do not back down. Do not give up, no matter how long it takes. Speak your truth. Hey, buddy, what's wrong? Speak your truth. 6 of Wands, reward and recognition. Don't give up on yourself. You don't give up on yourself, you are absolutely going to see that reward and recognition. I don't care what it looks like right now. Your choice really is to commit to you, choose you. Stay in gratitude under all this energy. I know this 5 of Swords energy is right there. Like, you know, all the turmoil. Yeah, you've lost friends, you've lost loved ones. You might be, you know, feeling alone, felt like a war or battle, or you're problem solving, all of that. If you keep focusing on this and what happened and how it didn't work out, yada, yada, all you're going to get is more of this. Gratitude energetically is so powerful, and it can override this energy faster than anything else. And I'm not saying to get into gratitude that all that happened if you're not there yet. Start today with just being grateful that you now know a bigger truth. You choosing you being grateful for where you are right now. I know that can be hard, but all you have is this now moment. The past is gone. The future isn't here yet. What you experience in your future is based on this now moment. So be in gratitude in this now moment. Accept whatever situation is in your life right now. Doesn't mean it can't change. But you can't change what you won't confront. You can't change what you don't accept. So accept it with gratitude today, knowing that it can change. Whew. All right, I'm just gonna grab a couple of these cards to wrap this up. All right, love, praise, and gratitude, glory, and grace. Behavior interpretation. You can't make this up. My cards don't lie. That's what this is all about. Interpretation and behavior. Is your behavior impeccable? Are you committed to you? Are you living from a place of gratitude? If so, You cannot lose, my friend. Life is about to get really exciting. Look, love and hurt. Let go of the hurt. It served its purpose. In October, you holding on to hurt is going to be so uncomfortable because you're being called to choose love, and that starts with you. All right, beautiful heart. I hope you got something out of that. Thank you for hanging out with me. As always, I am sending you oceans and oceans of love from my heart to yours. I'm Dr. Danae, your mirror and your messenger. Namaste. Bye-bye.